start reclined on your back in Shavasana. So just let the arms flop out with the palms up, the feet flop out, and start to come into your breath. Just feeling the chest and belly expand as you inhale, and contract as you exhale. Just releasing thoughts no longer serving you. And just committing to being present for the duration of your practice and on into your day. And with your next breath, start to walk your heels in towards your bum, hug your knees into your chest. You can rock a little bit side to side if that feels good. And then straighten or bring the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Knees can be bent if you have tight hamstrings. Let the arms be alongside the body. Press your low back into the mat, and then as you exhale, lower your right leg to a hover. And then inhale, lift it back up. Exhale the left leg to a hover. Inhale the leg back up. Exhale, right leg lowers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left leg lowers. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right leg hovers, press the low back into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left leg lowers. Inhale, lift. This time we'll add the arms if you'd like. Exhale, the right leg lowers to a hover. Peel your shoulders off the mat and reach the fingertips forward, palms facing each other. Inhale, lift the leg and the arms overhead on the ground behind you. Exhale, the left leg lowers to a hover. Peel shoulder blades off the mat, reach the fingertips forward. Inhale, the leg up, the arms overhead. Exhale, right leg lowers, peel shoulders up. Inhale, shoulders lower, legs lift. Exhale, left leg lowers to a hover, reach the fingertips forward. Inhale, the leg up, arms overhead. Exhale, right leg lowers. This time hold for 5 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, the right leg up, arms overhead. Exhale, left leg lowers, reach the fingertips forward and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, the legs up. One more time each side. Exhale, lower your right leg to a hover, reach the fingertips forward and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, the leg up, arms overhead. Exhale, left leg lowers, reach the fingertips forward. Hold for 5, 4, pulse, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, everything up, reach the arms up, reach the hips up. Good job. One more breath. And then take a stretch. Extend the legs out long on the mat, reach the arms overhead, and relax your belly. And then hug behind your thighs. Start to take a couple of rocks along the spine, forward and back, avoiding your neck. And then cross out your shins, come forward into down dog. So hands, shoulders distance, feet hip distance. Spread your fingers wide. Firm your forearms in towards each other. Spread your shoulder blades. Relax the neck. Draw the navel in and up. And reach the hips up and back. Good. You can pedal out the feet if it feels good. And then gaze forward in between the hands and slowly step feet to hands, forward fold. If you'd like, you can take hold of opposite elbows and sway. Knees can be bent, especially for this first fold. Relax the neck. And then release the arms, press through the feet, sweep the arms out, around, and up, reach tall. And exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, hands to shins or blocks, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, step your left foot back to a lunge. The back knee is lifted, gaze forward. Plant the hands, step back to plank. Draw navel and ribs in. Reach from the crown of your head out through your heels. Squeeze inner thighs together. Shift forward about an inch. Lower knees, chest, chin, all the way down to the mat. Take your hands a little behind your shoulders and then inhale. Press up to low cobra. Broad across the collarbones. Exhale. Lower down. Tuck the toes. Press up through plank and then back to down dog. Take a breath. And inhale. From the inner thigh, lift your left leg up and back. Roll that outer left hip down. The hips are level. And then exhale. Step the foot in between the hands. Low lunge. And then step the back foot forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. Inhale, press through the feet, sweep the arms up, gaze up at the palms as they touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hinge at the hips, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back to a lunge. Gaze forward. Plant the hands, step it back to plank. And this time as you shift forward, lower either knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Shoulders go no lower than elbows. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And up dog, the thighs are lifted off the mat. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right leg up and back. Roll your outer right hip down, but lift that right leg high. And then step the foot in between the hands to a lunge. Good. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press through the feet. Sweep the arms up. And then bring your right hand down alongside you. Press into the feet. Lean to the right. Doing that side stretch along the left side. And then inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, left hand slides down the left leg as you lean over to the left. Pressing into the feet, feel like you're going up and over. And then use the obliques to come back to center, reach both arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Start to shift the weight into your right foot, bringing the left sole of the foot anywhere above or below the knee. For tree, you can always keep the foot on the ground or find a wall. Then press foot into leg back into foot. Bring the sacrum forward and press the knee gently back, energetically. Just find a spot to take your gaze. Good, y'all. Then gently release. Just go right to the other side. Spread your left toes on the mat. Start to shift the weight into the foot, especially the ball and the heel of the foot. Then take that right foot anywhere above or below the knee. Hands to heart center, or maybe you reach the arms up. Press foot into leg, leg back into foot. Gently engage your core and find that spot to take your gaze, your drishti. Good. Then release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Now we're going to jump or step back. If you're jumping, make sure you land with bent elbows. So on an exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back, and either flow through your vinyasa or skip it. You can stay in down dog. And inhale, bring the feet together. Lift your right leg up and start to roll the hip open, bending your right heel, or bending your right knee and letting the heel drop towards the glute, drawing low belly in. And then slowly level off the hips. Step the foot in between the hands or pick it up and put it there. Cartwheel open, warrior two. So warrior two, right knee is right over your ankle and tracking in the middle of your foot. There's a tendency for it to fall in. Don't do that. Keep the back leg strong and gaze over the right fingertips, belly in and up. Good, then come forward, flip the right palm, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in the right knee, keep it tracking in the middle of the foot. And then as you come up, slowly straighten right leg, shift hips back, reach forward, then bring the right hand to block shin or floor, reach the left arm straight up, triangle pose. So if you've got a block, you can place it to the outside of your right foot, and then really lengthen from right armpit to right hip crease. You can gaze up towards the top hand. Good, then the hand comes down. Bend into the right knee, spin the back heel up, plant the hands, plank. And then either flow through your vinyasa or skip it. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling, good, up dog. The shoulder blades roll down the back. Then from your core, press up and back. Down dog, take a breath. Good, then bring the feet together. Inhale the left leg up and back, roll the hip open, bend the knee, draw the belly in, and let the right heel sink down towards the mat. And then level off the hips, step the left foot in between the hands and cartwheel open, warrior two. So bending deeply into the left knee, rolling the outer edge of your right foot down. The shoulders relax, reach through your arms. Nice, and come forward, flip the left palm, reverse your warrior. And slowly straighten the left leg, reach the left arm forward, 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 then down to block shin, foot, or floor, reach the right arm up. Really lengthen from the crown of your head through your tail. Crown reaches forward, tail reaches back. Good, then start to bend into the left knee, hands frame the foot, come to a lunge. Plant the hands, step it back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa or skip it. And we'll meet back in down dog. You can always come to rest in child's pose whenever you need it. So we'll bring the feet together. Inhale the right leg up and back. This time the hips stay level. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands, stay up on the ball of the back foot as you inhale up to high lunge. Really zip up through your core and spin the inner thigh of the left leg in towards you and back. So internal rotation of that back leg. Good, and then bring the hands to heart center. Hinge forward at your hips and come up onto the big toe mound of the back foot. Then see if you can float that back leg up. You can always bring your hands down to the mat or blocks. Warrior 3. Spin the upper inner thigh of the floated leg up towards the ceiling and really reach from crown of your head through your back foot. Good, and hands come down to the mat. Reach the left heel high. Good, then land back into a lunge. Hands frame the foot. And cartwheel open, warrior 2. Come forward, flip the palm, reverse. And then we'll set up for half moon. So block or your right hand comes to the floor, little forward of your shoulder and to the right. Float the back leg up, left hand to your hip. Start to roll that top hip open once you're steady. Reach the left arm up, then really press through the standing leg and lift and lengthen that top leg. That's going to stabilize you. Good, then gently land back in warrior 2 and then spin to face the long edge of the mat. Your heels a little out and toes a little bit in. Bring the hands to your hips and draw the ribs and navel in. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands down to the mat and then fold all the way down. You can start to walk your hands under your shoulders or back through your legs. Just let the head hang heavy. Keep your legs really strong. Shine your sitting bones up towards the ceiling. Good, then inhale up halfway, lengthen. Start to walk yourself back to that lunge at the top of the mat. Plant the hands, step it back to plank. Flow through your vinyasa or skip it. Make it slow and strong if you're taking the vinyasa. And we'll meet back and down dog. Just take a couple of breaths here. Nice, and step the feet together. Inhale the left leg up and back from the inner thigh. So roll that outer left hip down. And then exhale. Step the foot in between the hands. Stay up on the ball of the right foot as you rise. High lunge. Internal rotation of the back leg. Zip up through your core. And softly gaze straight ahead. Nice, then bring the hands to heart center. Shift forward, floating that back leg up or keeping hands on blocks or the mat. Roll your outer right hip down and really reach. The breath is key here. Nice, take one more breath. And then hands come down to the mat. Standing split, reach the right heel high and keep rolling that outer right hip down. Good. Then land lightly back in low lunge and cartwheel open. Warrior two. Good. So keeping the left knee over the ankle and come forward. Flip the palm. Sweep the sky. Reverse warrior. Good. And setting up for half moon. Maybe you're taking a block with you. Right hand to your right hip. You can step that right foot in some and then plant your left hand or block under the left shoulder and over to the left a little bit. Once you're steady, reach that top arm up and then really lift, press through the standing leg and lift and lengthen that floated leg. Use your core to stabilize. Nice, y'all. Good, and then land lightly way back. Warrior two. Turn towards the long edge of the mat. This time interlace your fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders open. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Fold. This time maybe you're straightening your legs a little more. Knees can be bent. And you're really lifting your sitting bones up towards the ceiling. And then bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale up halfway, lengthen. Then walk yourself to a lunge at the top of the mat. Step it back to plank. Shift forward about an inch. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, shoulder blades down the back. And exhale, down dog. Good. Bend your knees. Gaze forward, bottom of the exhale. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, hips over heels. Then inhale, press through the feet, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. So we'll come into Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, and that's extended head to big toe pose, or hand to big toe pose. So start to shift the weight into your right foot. I really need a strap for this, but couldn't find one this morning. Bring your left knee in, and if you've got a strap, hook the strap around the ball of the left foot, or you can take your peace fingers around the big toe of your left foot. Make sure you're steady right hand to hip before you start to extend that leg out straight in front. Use your core and keep that shoulder plugged in the socket, the hip, head of the femur bone plugged in the hip socket. And then take the leg over to the left. Stand strong in the standing leg. Back to center. And then gently release. Start to shift the weight into the left foot. And draw your right knee in, taking either a strap around the ball of your right foot or hooking peace fingers around the toe. Left hand to your hip. Stand up tall. And then you can keep that right knee bent or start to straighten the leg straight out in front. Use your core. Good job. Then take it out to the right. Steady breath. And then back to center. And then bend the knee and set the right foot down. Take one more vinyasa, or you can stay in down dog or come to down dog. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back. Flow through your vinyasa or skip it. Nice. Bring the knees down. And we'll come to lying onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. As you get there, And rock a little side to side. And then soles of the feet down to the mat about hip distance apart. Heels in kind of close to your bum. You want to be able to graze them with your fingers, or you want your heels under your knees. Then inhale, press the hips up. You can stay here, interlace fingers and roll onto the shoulders. The inner thighs spin down towards the mat. Take one more full cycle of breath, which is a full inhale and exhale. And then slowly lower upper back, middle back, low back. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees go wide. And just enjoy a brief rest. Good. Then gently bring the knees back up towards the sky. You can keep with bridge, or you can come to bridge or wheel. So bridge when you're ready, pressing through the feet and lifting the hips. For wheel, reach your arms overhead. Then bring the hands by your ears, fingers point towards your shoulders, and the elbows keep hugging in towards each other. On an inhale, press up to the crown of your head, and then exhale, press all the way up into wheel. The inner thighs spin down towards the mat in bridge and wheel. If you're in wheel, press your chest towards the wall behind you. Reach your shins towards the wall in front, so you're keeping an even arch, mostly in the upper back. And then slowly lower down, tuck the chin if you're in wheel. And again, just let the soles of the feet come together and the knees go wide. Unless that's not comfortable, you can let the knees drop in towards each other. One more cycle of breath. And we'll set up for one final back bend. So bring the knees together, bridge or wheel when you're ready. For wheel, reaching the arms overhead, planting the hands near your ears. The elbows keep hugging in. Come onto the crown of your head as you inhale, and then press all the way up into wheel. Press through the hands and the feet and wheel and bridge. Press through your feet to lift the hips and stay broad across your chest. And then when you're ready, lower down vertebra by vertebra. Once again, either soles of feet together and the knees wide, or take the feet to the edges of the mat and let the knees drop in. Just notice the effects of the pose. Good. And bring the knees together and bring your hands to the tops of the knees and just let the knees drag away from you. So not hugging them in, but letting them move away from you and feeling your back flat on the mat. And then extend your left leg and hug your right knee in. If you've got a strap, you can take it around the ball of the right foot, or you can interlace fingers behind your right leg. If you're super flexible, you can take the big toes around, peace fingers around your big toe. Keep the left toes pointing straight up to the ceiling and that left leg active along the mat. And then send that right thigh bone down into the hip socket and forward. Good. Then you can open up the right leg to the right. Lost an ear pod. And then if that right leg is straight, just reaching out through the right heel. And then bringing that leg back to center and over towards the left for a twist, stacking the hips, right arm out to a T. You can gaze over the right shoulder. That right knee can be bent or straight. Relax your shoulders. And send that top hip, the right hip, forward, really lengthening through your side ribs. Good. Then gently come back to center. Extend your right leg and hug your left knee in. And then send the left foot up towards the ceiling. You can either interlace fingers behind the left thigh, take a strap around the ball of the left foot, or hook peace fingers around your big toe. Keeping the right toes up towards the sky and sending the left thigh bone forward and down into the hip socket. If your leg is really bent, so you can back off a little bit to straighten the leg. Leg doesn't have to be straight. And then let the left leg open up to the left, just grabbing wherever's available on the left leg. Keeping the right leg active, reaching through the left heel, flexing the left foot and the toes towards your face, reaching them towards your face. Good, then bring that leg back to center and over to the right. Left arm goes out to a T to the left, stacking the hips, lengthening the top hip forward. Letting go of what you can let go of. Good, then come back to center, hug both knees in. Reach for the outer edges of the feet for happy baby. You can sway a little bit if that feels good. Lengthen from the crown of your head through your tail, and just let the relaxed weight of your shoulders bring the knees in closer to the armpits, towards them. And then if you'd like, you can straighten your legs like a wide-legged straddle, grabbing onto whatever's available, thighs, shins, ankles, big toes. Good. Then feet to the edges of the mat, feet flap open, arms flap open, close the eyes, and let everything soften into your mat, into the earth beneath you. The arms and legs heavy, like tree limbs that have fallen to the ground. Soften the muscles in the face, around your cheekbones, your jaw. The eyes relax back into their sockets. The tongue relaxes. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Circle your wrists and your ankles. On an inhale, reach the arms up overhead, stretch the legs. Gently roll off to your right side and press yourself up to a comfortable seated position with the eyes soft or closed. Sitting up nice and tall, bringing the hands to heart center. Just taking a moment to honor yourself for showing up to your mat today. And the light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.